Alright guys, Criminal here, back to you with another MK1 video. In this one I'm just gonna be talking about how I believe Cyrax's nerf was way too much. They overdid. I really do believe they overdid. I understand the hatred that was for Cyrax. I truly do, because he was completely broken. It's not that hard to understand. But I would argue the changes they've given him are terrible. Terrible, because what they've done with these changes are not the way to fix the broken stuff about them. The changes they gave Cyrax is literally to make sure you never see him again in a competition. They gave him changes to just make this cameo complete shit. That's pretty much what they've done. So, what they've done, I think you all know by now what they've done, but pretty much the swords have more scaling, in combos significantly more, they scale much worse now, and this takes the full cameo gauge. So, these nerfs, they've not been done to actually mend the issue he had. It doesn't fix the problem was with Cyrax. The problem was just how completely broken he was on block because of the insane chip damage he was doing, combined with how plus he keeps you. So it's not like someone like Striker with his bomb that this will also negate armor very easily because it's 4 attacks in close range. So it negated armor, he jailed for pretty much anything. He did a shit ton of chip damage with most of his ideal partners like Raiden and Baraka. They were doing like 30% chip damage easily, and most other characters could do the same as well. And just the utility on block was completely busted. But what they have done to actually change this, they didn't tune it down to actually make it so it does less chip damage, it's less plus. What they've done is make it so it's no longer useful on block. This is no longer a move you can actually use in the game. It takes too much time to come back, you're never gonna have a full cameo gauge available. You're pretty much never gonna have it because Cyrax's other great utility tool is just the air source and how good they are for combos. So yeah, the other tool Cyrax has is this air source that already don't really have that fast of a cooldown. The cooldown is basically kinda average. Pretty sure they're around the same as Goro's up punch, maybe a bit faster, but regardless. Problem with that is needing to rely on a full cameo gauge to actually get your block utility. It's terrible. A cameo in high level in this game needs some form of utility on block. They need to be able to help you on block strings. Because help in combos, while it is important, help on block is even more important. Unless you are Johnny Cage, characters need a way to keep themselves plus on block. They need a way to actually keep themselves useful on block. So making your only move that actually works something on block, take your entire gauge, make it so Cyrax is no longer usable on block. You can't use him on block anymore, you pretty much can't, it's just not possible anymore. Because the cooldown takes so much time, it takes around like 30 seconds for him to return, which is close to Darius's kick, and I think we all know how bad that is by now. So yeah, why does this bother me? So of course this just makes Cyrax very bad, like Cyrax is not good anymore because of this. The scaling nerfs they gave him just make these combos do much less damage now. Like the combos using Cyrax do less. They are still very damaging, but they are nowhere near where they was, and now the only thing is actually giving you is combos. The top tier cameos in this game are giving you multiple things they are doing exceptionally well, like Kung Lao for example, who is insanely good on block, busted on block, and insanely busted in neutral. Someone like Striker was probably the second best cameo in the game. Brings you pretty much everything you could possibly want from a cameo. It gives you mix-up, utility on block, combos, everything. Cyrax, what does Cyrax give you? Combos, that's it. It doesn't give anything else. He has no other viability. Only other viability he could have is with the throw. But the throw takes 2 bars, so it's very powerful, yeah, but it's not as powerful as it could be, because it's 2 bars. So I would argue if they did this change, making it 1 bar, the thing you should have done is made the EX throw 1 bar. Yeah, I'm not joking, seriously. Because now this cameo has no viability on block. It's pretty much impossible to actually use him on block, it's that simple, it's very very hard to do. And that annoys me personally, because this cameo is the most cool cameo in the game on hit, like in combos. The combos he's giving no other cameo can give you. Like, shit like this with Havoc. Like, stuff like that Only Cyrax. There's nobody else who can actually do it. So yeah, it's just unfortunate because it's so much fun on combos. It's unfortunate to see this guy become pretty much irrelevant. Like Cyrax now is pretty much shit. So yeah, I do feel like they made bad changes to him. And the thing that bothers me the most about this is just how they nerfed this guy so badly, but they didn't really give buffs to anybody else. So characters, for example, Havoc, characters, Scorpion especially, was now like the worst character in the game. Characters who relied on Cyrax to actually be viable in some sort are now just unusable. Havoc is decent, but he needed Cyrax. Havoc and Cyrax are such a good duo. So by nerfing Cyrax so badly and not giving buffs to anyone else, you're now pretty much reliant on using someone like Kano or Striker to fill in the gap. And they aren't able to do that. Like the thing Cyrax gives you, only Cyrax can do it. It's not like there is a replacement. It's not like Kano who can be replaced by Striker for pretty much the entire cast. Havoc needs Cyrax. Cyrax is one of a kind. There is no other camera that is doing anything like Cyrax as air source. So yeah, I do feel like it's just stupid, man. I am very disappointed. I really am, because this guy is very, very fun to use. It really is. The combos he's giving you, no other cameo is giving you combos this cool. So yeah, I feel like the changes they should have made, to this guy to actually nerf him, so he isn't completely busted but still actually relevant and fun to use, is make this on block, reduce chip damage taken by 50% every time you use this move. So pretty much, if I did something like this, I did this, and then I called Cyrax. Now this should do half of what it's doing now. So it did like 8% chip, this thing. Now we should do 4% chip. If I use Cyrax again, it should do like now 2% chip. So you still give this guy actually block viability, but at worst case scenario, you're spending 2 cameo gauges to get 20% chip damage. That's the most you will be getting. And I feel like that's okay. 30%, 35% like characters were getting is way too much, but 20% chip for both cameo gauges, I will take that. It's not that bad. It's okay. It's not too bad to actually warn nerfing this guy so badly, because now what? Now look at this. If I actually do this two times, I still get around 20%. So they could have nerfed the chip damage this guy was doing very easily, but just making it so he scales chip damage when you use them more than once in a block string. Like scales it by 50%, and then characters would be doing the same chip damage they are doing now after this terrible nerf, but Cyrax would actually still be usable. So yeah, that would be fixing the chip damage issue. And to fix the other issue we had, which is just how basically a poke won you the game when using this guy, a very simple change. Make it so you can't special cancel pokes on block. This is necessary even without Cyrax. Pokes being special cancelable ruins the entire idea they had behind this game. Like, because what they've done with pokes now is that they're actually punishable on block. They're -8, so you can't really spam after them, you can't mash, and they're +12 on hit. So if somebody blocks them, they are now not a move you can actually spam. Like in MK11 you could mash them even if the opponent was blocking them, and you would still be able to hit them first. So in this one they've changed it, but what did the fools do? Like they really did make a stupid change. Now what you can do, you can special cancel pokes on block. So I can do this shit and still stay completely safe. When with Cyrax before the nerf, I could go into a chip damage setup, I would only be spending half of my gauge. So I could go into the block string, guarantee my pressure, get my chip damage setup with Cyrax, do another Cyrax charge, and then only get into my 50-50s. And then I could open you up, do your combo. So pretty much you're getting like 80% damage from getting one poke that your opponent blocked. So the pokes were a very big issue with Cyrax. So what's the easy change for that? Make pokes not possible to special cancel a block. I think it's still a very big issue in this game. I don't think it should be possible. Pokes are not punishable if you can special cancel them into a fast move on block, and then there is no way to actually beat me, because if I use Striker, let's say, I do this, and I call Striker here, and then I can just get the bounce to actually just stun them. So what are they supposed to do? So yeah, I'm just very disappointed with that. I do feel like Striker can actually fill in the gap for many of the characters who needed Cyrax. Like, I'm pretty sure someone like Havoc could make very good use of Striker. I need to check it myself, I haven't yet, but characters like Scorpion were hit very badly, and just it's a very big hit for the fun of the game in my opinion. So yeah guys, I'm gonna have this one up here. Let me know if you agree with me in the comment section. I really am disappointed with these changes. I feel like Cyrax didn't really need these much nerfs. I feel like the changes that should have been made should have been universal changes, and they would have made this cameo much less powerful. So yeah, I'm gonna have this one up here. I really do hope the cameos in the DLC are a lot of fun to use, much more fun than Cyrax is, or at least Cyrax was before his nerf. And I really hope they are extremely strong, because cameos are not good enough in this game. They are doing way too many nerfs and not enough buffs, because characters need buffs now. They have nerfed this game too much in my opinion. Like, Kung Lao now is around in the sweet spot. Kung Lao cameo is now okay. They need to bring the other cameos up to his level. Kenshi and Johnny Cage, I would say, they are close to okay. I don't think they are too busted or anything like that. I feel like the only thing they need is maybe just a slight damage nerf, so that the Optimus do like 5% less damage. But that's basically it. I don't feel like they need any other nerfs. I just feel like they need to change the other cameos. Other cameos are not good enough and other characters are not good enough. This is the problem. They are going about nerfing characters instead of buffing. And when you nerf everybody, you get MK11 again. Which was just very, very boring and repetitive after a while, because there was nothing new to be discovered. So let's just hope they start buffing shit. Let's just hope they make characters extremely fun and extremely good. Let's hope they stop restricting us. And yeah guys, I'll see you in the next one.